Hello, and welcome to Roly Poly Weight Loss. I'm your host, Roly Poly. Welcome to day 14. Let's get set up. Okay. So, last time we talked about the importance of motivation. Today, we're going to talk about finding and maintaining your motivation. As Spark People explains, this is important because most diet programs focus only on the what of weight loss. Participants have a list of foods they can and cannot eat, and losing weight is the only predetermined outcome. Goals are set based on the answer to one question: how much weight do you want to lose? And consequently, your success is measured by the scale, not by how you feel. And that's not great. We talked about there's a whole list of things other than the scale to measure by. So they continue. From a psychological perspective, the why behind human behavior is as important, if not more, than the what. That's because when you target a deeper motivation for why you want to lose weight, you're able to target the behavior, the what, that will help you reach your goals. So it's that idea of when you need extra motivation, what can you reach for that's that deeper meaning to help you keep going. So as I said last time, there are basically two kinds of whys or motivations: external or extrinsic, and internal or intrinsic. And these can be broken down further, but those are the basics. Ooh, there we go. So let's start with intrinsic. Psychology Today gives us this advice for finding your motivation. Start by sitting down with paper and pencil and write down why you want to lose weight or get in shape. Write down every reason that you can think of. After you've gotten all of your thoughts down, go over your responses. What are the reasons? Do they come from outside yourself or from within? If they come from within, how much are they integrated with your sense of self? Okay, and Spark People suggests asking these questions. If you are struggling to define your why, one thing to consider is whether or not you have a personal or emotional investment in what you are trying to accomplish. If the answer is no, then you need to go back to the drawing board and start over. Try asking yourself these three questions. Why is losing weight important to me? Why does that reason matter? And why do I feel strongly about that reason? Okay, so obviously there will be both extrinsic and intrinsic reasons on this list. There will be short-term and long-term reasons on this list. There might even be unhealthy or unreasonable reasons. But you make this list with all the things on it so that you can sort through it and find that somewhere on this list you might hopefully be able to find that intrinsic, wonderful reason that keeps you going when you're at risk of failing or stopping. Okay? But if you don't see that reason there the first time through, Psychology Today offers this advice for finding your why. Think of a time where you felt you were at your personal best. What were you doing? Who were you with? This event is like a snapshot of you in your finest hour and something that you feel most proud of. It could be a really big action or it could be a small action, but it exemplifies you and your character. Now again, this does not have to be anything about weight loss or a healthy weight or anything like that. It's just a moment of you and what makes you that you can find some motivation tie in. You might need to break this moment down a little or do a little connecting of dots. But the reason that this personal best is helpful, as they say, the idea behind this exercise is to understand what naturally interests you in order to draw upon that to create lifestyle changes that you will enjoy. Okay, and this is, as I touched upon last time, great for you to pick lifestyle changes instead of fads. If you like dancing, then dance for your workouts instead of running. Do you love drinking juice but hate eating veggies? Then juicing might be a way for you to get more greens, etc., etc. So this is a good way to find your motivation and help you make changes that are more likely to stick. Okay? And Spark People also notes that shifting your focus from what you want to lose, i.e. 20 pounds, to what you want to gain, more energy, improved physical and mental health, more quality time with family, etc., will help you stay on track when you inevitably encounter setbacks. First of all, I think it's so cute they think you only want to lose 20 pounds. But I really like that idea of don't think about what you want to lose. Because there will definitely be moments where you don't want to get out of bed early and you think, oh, does losing 20 pounds really mean that much? No. But if you think about what you want to gain, is being able to, play with my kids really worth that much? Yes, it is. I'll get out of bed. Those are obviously very, very simplistic versions, but that idea I find really helpful. Another piece of advice given by Psychology Today is to make it fun. When we think of exercise as exercise, we think of it as work. And so with work, we operate on extrinsic motivation and need a reward. Since we need a reward, what usually happens is that when choosing what to eat after exercising, we often choose the more indulgent option. This is called the licensing effect in psychology. And I don't know about you, but I know this is true. I have totally had experience with this. You give yourself license to have something. Oh, I worked out today. I deserve a cookie. I've been really good this week. I can have extra snack today. I didn't eat anything bad yesterday, so I deserve an extra dessert today. It's that effect of I deserve a reward, or I have license to have a reward because I was doing good. And the problem is, A, those rewards not good. B, what often happens for people is that they misvalue how much the good was worth and how much the reward is worth, and they end up actually moving backwards. So, watch out for the licensing effect. But if you enjoy the exercise activity for its own sake, dancing, swimming, walking, whatever, then you don't need a food reward afterwards, and you're more likely to eat better and make better choices in general. And this was actually proven in a study by Cornell University. So, this actually can let you harness extrinsic and intrinsic motivations. And as we learned, intrinsic motivations are better in the long term to get you to actually finish the change and maintain the change. But extrinsic motivations can be great to get you started or to get you through a motivational slump. So, when you are setting those goals to motivate you, Spark People notes, it's important to set realistic goals that you can achieve easily in the first few weeks so you have success, even if it's small, which can help motivate you to keep moving forward. So start small and achievable, and that will help you make it towards your long-term why goals. Okay? So this is, like we said, if you're like, I'm going to lose 20 pounds in the first 2 weeks, that's not reasonable. If you set a small, realistic goal, like, I am going to go on bed on time. I am going to go to bed on time every day this week. Or I am going to just log my food. Not change it, just log it every day this week. That kind of thing. Small, easily achievable. Give yourself that early win. So, water break. So, that said, let's look at some extrinsic motivators. Very Well Fit offers these 5 motivators. Set goals and track your progress. Reward yourself not with food. Address emotional eating and other pitfalls in advance. Be prepared for others to sabotage you and defend against it. And consider the medical reasons to lose weight. Now, when we say sabotage, I don't mean somebody's going to come push you off your bike. I mean somebody's going to say, hey, we're going out to dinner, want to come with us? Or they'll say, oh, you can have one more drink, what is it going to hurt? Or, oh, I couldn't finish my dessert, here, have the rest. Those kinds of things. Well-meaning, but sabotage. They also suggest, Very Well Fit, using an accountability buddy to help you. So like what Rolly Mama and I are doing. In addition to finding your why and some of the other things, Healthline offers these new suggestions. Set realistic expectations and focus on progress goals. Keep a journal. Make commitments and celebrate successes. Find social support and or a role model. Think and talk positively. Prepare for challenges and forgive mistakes. Find something you enjoy, and get professional help if you need it. So, we see a lot of repetition. Again, celebrate your successes, find social support. I really like the think and talk positively, because that's something I know I struggle with. And again, that prepare for challenges, plan in advance. You know what pitfalls are coming up. You know that Thanksgiving is coming up, or 4th of July barbecues, or so-and-so's birthday, or whatever. You know vacation's coming up. Whatever it is, plan in advance. Don't get hit at the last second. Don't get blindsided. My body tutor also suggests reasonable goals. As they explain, when you set an unreasonable goal, when you hold yourself to this standard but don't measure up, you are absolutely destroying your motivation. So you see this all the time. You go into the grocery store and you're at the checkout and there's like all of these magazines on the side and they're all like, you know, lose 17 pounds in 20 days or something. Or you watch The Biggest Loser, and as I've said, there are good things about The Biggest Loser, there are bad things about The Biggest Loser. One of the bad things is that people do not lose 20 pounds in a week. They just don't. They also don't lose like 10 pounds in a week. Unless you're in that extreme circumstance of The Biggest Loser. In real life, that does not happen. And so if you go in there and you're like, I'm going to lose 20 pounds this week because I saw it on The Biggest Loser or on a check stand tabloid, you are not going to succeed. You just aren't. And then when you don't succeed, you are destroying your motivation. So set reasonable goals. And again, they don't have to be weight related. It's probably better if they aren't. Things like, I'm going to go to sleep on time today. That's a reasonable goal. You can probably achieve. And if you've yo-yoed in the past or tried a bunch of things that didn't work, that can actually make this particular try harder, as my body tutor notes. What happens when you start and fail over and over again is you lose confidence in yourself. What you need are wins. Boost your weight loss motivation with repeated success. Win each success, you're putting a W in the win column. And with enough wins, you build lasting confidence. So again, it's that thing. Have a bunch of little small goals that you can actually achieve, get all those little wins stacked up, and then you're feeling a lot more confident when it comes to bigger things, or when you need a little extra motivation. Shape suggests many of the above, but it also gives some more ideas. Treat your goal as a business objective. If you were trying to accomplish something for a client, you probably wouldn't start out without a strategy. Losing weight is a 3-part process. Exercising and cutting calories are vital, but your mental outlook can mean the difference between success and failure. Okay? I hadn't really thought of it like that, but this also comes up in an article from Medium. Treat your workouts like business meetings or appointments. Schedule them in your calendar as recurring events every week. You'd never miss a meeting with your boss or a date night with your partner. Treat your workouts with the same level of urgency and respect. And I thought, well, that's really interesting, that idea that you are putting yourself on your own calendar. Block out that time so that you can say, no, I can't work late. I have this meeting, or whatever it is. And you don't have to say it's an exercise or whatever. Just say, I have something booked. Book it there. Now then, obviously, if there's, an emergency or something big, obviously, you'd be flexible, just like your boss would be. But, hopefully, but actually book that time for you. Book that time for yourself. I like that one. Shape also advises to practice integrity in other areas of your life. Clean out your closet. Hi, Mary Kondo. Pay off your debts. Make good on your promises to friends, family, or coworkers. Practice sticking with promises or commitments you've made in other areas of your life in order to strengthen your own subconscious belief that you are able to uphold the promise to lose weight that you've made to yourself. So that makes sense. And we've seen how sleep and routine and stress and food and weight are all tied together. So even in terms of clean out your closet might make you feel better from a life perspective. But yeah, practice integrity. I think it's like the building up wins thing. If I make these promises to myself and kept them, or if I make these promises to other people and keep them, I will keep the ones for myself. So if I, do agree to do something at work and I follow through, then when I do agree to track my food every day this week, I might be more likely to follow through. And they suggest a little friendly competition, which is something I will touch on in a whole nother episode coming soon. But with the No Zero Day May, if that kind of thing motivates you, whether it's competition against other people or just against yourself, can I make it every day? Not even that I'm beating other people, but just can I complete this daily objective for a month and win? And Medium suggests mixing things up. Change your workout. You should change it every 6 to 8 weeks anyway. Mix it up if you get bored. Swap exercises. Switch between free weights and barbells, machines and body weight exercises, etc. So, this can be a little bit of a stressful idea, but don't freak out. The idea that I found something that I like, but now I need to change, no. What this is, and I'm going to go back to dancing because it's a really easy one. So, for example, you determine that you like dancing. It's a thing that you can do that doesn't feel like exercise. So, you sign up for a class that's 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 or whatever. And the first one you sign up for is ballroom dancing, okay? And that's going great. And then when the time comes to change over, you switch to jazz or salsa or, I don't know, some other kind of dance. So you're still dancing, you're still doing the thing you enjoy, you're still making that regular commitment, but you're changing it up a little. It's a different style. And things might be somewhat the same, similar steps, whatever, but there is some difference. If you're the kind of person who likes walking, okay, stop just walking around your neighborhood and drive 5 minutes away and go to a different neighborhood. Look at different gardens. Go to a local park that you can, walk around and see different things. If you're the kind of person who's indoor on a treadmill or a bike or something, maybe normally you watch TV. Maybe switch that up and read a book or listen to an audiobook, listen to a podcast. put up a poster in front of you of a different image, something to just mix it up a little. So you don't necessarily have to change what you're doing that you found that you like, but just give it a little different twist or a little different flair so that you don't feel like you're stuck in a rut. Okay, there's a difference between a rut and a routine. So you want to just mix it up a little, but you don't have to completely change everything. You don't have to go, oh, I hate swimming, but now I have to swim because I've been running and now I have to change. No. Little mixes up. Little things can be good. And shape goes even further with this idea, suggesting a unique motivational plateau buster. If you notice that your weight loss motivation is waning, give yourself a break from your diet or exercise plan for 1 to 3 days. Klapow says, the more people try to catch it, the more elusive it becomes. By allowing it to run its natural course, and at the same time having a set of habit-changing skills, such as a meal plan for the week, you'll stay on track and your motivation levels will run their natural course. Klapow, who is a clinical psychologist, explains that motivation will naturally go up and down and basically advises to go with it instead of fighting it. Now, this does not mean that if you're feeling blah about eating broccoli for the week, you stop doing everything. No, you still exercise, you still meditate, you still go to sleep on time, all those things. You just don't force yourself to eat broccoli. You let your food go a little bit, but you keep all the others on task. And this isn't you let it go for infinity. You let it go for a day. Or for a meal. See how you feel next meal. For a day, for 2 days, for 3 days. But at some point you gotta get back to it. You can't just let it go off into the ether. And again, it's not lose everything at once. It's one little thing that you let slide while everything else stays on task. And that's also really good because there'll be days where something unexpected happens. And oh no, something changed. I wasn't able to get my exercise in because something, I don't know what. But if you have that experience of, that's okay, everything else stayed on task, that one thing went wrong today, I'm not going to punish myself for it, not going to chastise myself for it. Tomorrow or the next day we'll get back on task, but I managed to do the other things, or some of the other things, okay? It's a great way to deal with the unexpected that pops up, okay? And that's our cool down. So, finally, Psychology Today offers this pep talk. Do this for yourself. You are the expert of your life. You have all the tools to succeed. You choose what is right for you. Have fun and be you. Okay? So those are some fun little things to keep in mind. So basically, this all boils down to set reasonable goals. Don't be too hard on yourself. Prepare in advance for possible roadblocks or when things go wrong. And figure out your why. Take the time before you get too far to make these plans and figure out these whys and potential roadblocks and make your small goals and plan your small celebrations and rewards. This might seem like a lot of thinky prep work, there's homework, but it can be super important and helpful in both the short and long run. I mean, in the short run, maybe you're thinking there's summer barbecues coming up. Maybe the kids are going to get off school. We're going to go on family vacation. I won't have as much time to cook or something. Maybe in long term, you've got that Thanksgiving and Christmas will come eventually. And in theory, you're still going to be doing this then, Better to plan right now that you need a plan for that, or plan a time to make a plan in August or September instead of, oh, it's the week before Thanksgiving and I have to cook all these things, and also figure out when I'm going to still exercise and what I'm going to make for me because I have decided I can't have mashed potatoes, whatever. So take the time now, or in small increments now, early on, and before you get too far, to do some of this planning work. And I know, again, it seems like maybe it's homework or something, but it'll really help you in the long run and in the short run. Okay? So that is it for today. This has been Roly Poly Weight Loss. As always, I am your host, Roly Poly. Please share your motivations and your roadblock plans with the hashtag motivation. We might be inspired by something you say. Share with the group, have that social aspect. Somebody else might say something you hadn't thought of. And join my social group for support and maybe a little friendly competition. At me, come on. So please do share. And join me next time.